So, I have been married for 15 years now, and the truth is, ever since I got married, it's been from one happiness, one blissful moment to another. And guess what? All of the blessings that I've been enjoying in this marriage life, if you're not married, all of you single people, you're just wasting your time. Yes, you heard me. I've been married for 10 years. Oh, okay. I've been lying. I've not been married. Hi, guys. Welcome to Software Podcast. And today we'll be talking about marriage. And I have with me interesting, handsome, young, good looking man that would say something that would now push me to get married. So that the way I've been saying that I've been married for like 10 years, 15 years, it will be sweeting me to want to get married. So I'll be saying these kind of things. So I have Mr. Francis Babatunde Ariyo. He is a hustler and he is the CEO of Middleman Express. Don't worry, he's going to explain what that Middleman Express is, but just know that this man is swimming in money. When I say people have money, this man has money. He has money. So yes, and he's also a proud Catholic. He's a father, a husband, and guess what? He's a new daddy. Like the wife just gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. Drum rolls! You will not clap. Let me clap the clap. Hi, sir. Welcome to Software Podcast.
Thank you very much. But the only part I will just comment on, you said rolling in money. Please don't let my helpers
He
think
has
that
no.
I don't need money
This is
anymore.
not for
Actually
helpers to
need
like
it.
take away. This is for helpers to come and know how are you making the money. How can I invest in your business to give you more money?
Now you're
Don't
talking.
worry. After this whole session, the money that you have in your account, you would release it and then patronize his business.
Thank you very much
It's
for
good
that.
to have you here.
Same here.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about marriage. You've been married for how long, please?
4 years.
4 years.
But I don't think I'm licensed to advise.
No, you don't need to do license for you to talk about marriage because the truth is, I've not known him for a very, very long time. But if you see him and then you see the wife, you know that love lives with them or within them or in them. So yes, so he's going to be sharing with us some experiences and so if there's anything we need to learn, we're going to be taking it from this show. So our first question is, in our society, a whole lot of people, there are people that are interested in polygamy.
Okay.
There are people that don't want polygamy. There is this lady that I met recently. So somebody asked her that, would you like to be a fourth wife? And then she responded that, I don't even want to be a first wife, neither do I want to be a fourth wife. Meaning, if you must marry her, she has to be the only one. There is nothing like counting. Okay, so what is your take on polygamy?
Whoa. It's quite an interesting question and topic because you see, everything we do varies. Let me bring it first to Nigeria. In the Nigerian constitution or in the Nigerian concept, the concept of polygamy in civil is not acceptable.
Okay.
So that's why for those that do civil weddings, marriage, they can't marry more than one wife. So if they do, it becomes bigamy.
Okay.
Do you get? But if you go customary, under some customary laws within the country, certain groups is acceptable. Then when you look at, if you go to the northern part, where you have over 12 states that are practicing Sharia law, under the Sharia law, is accepted for a man to marry at least 4 wives.
What did they use for wife?
So you see, but if I'm to answer that question, personally as a Christian, because I will always answer for the Christian perspective, is not allowed. is not allowed in any way. So it's one man, one woman. And the vows you take state that till death do us part. So it simply means that once you marry that person, that's it. And even Christ, in one of his teaching, even said that if you marry your wife, you divorce her and marry another, you commit adultery against her. So
That is, if you marry a wife, you did not divorce her, you then not come and
no,
marry.
no. Specifically, if you marry your wife, you divorce her and marry another, you still commit adultery against her. That's what the Bible says.
Okay.
You understand in that regard. So that's why, like us who are Catholics, we don't divorce in the Catholic Church. There's no divorce at all.
You just go your separate ways.
There are grounds. When marriages are nullified, it's called nullification.
Okay.
And there are terms or grounds on which that can take place, because we have certain impediments of marriage. The grounds that marriage can be nullified. So you are not divorcing. And there's a process. Do you get? So also, even in the Nigerian law too, the process of divorce takes an average of 2 years and above. There are different. So going through all
don't
that.
have patience.
Exactly. So going through all that, you understand that the concept of you marrying a woman, you have to first of all be sure that this is the person you want. So it's not a child's play. It's not what you just go in and come out.
A lot of men don't know that this is what they want. They just get in, and probably in 5 years' time, or 3, or even 1 year, they get to know that this is not the person they want to spend the rest of their life with. It's not just with men, vice versa.
And when you say people go in and out, they don't know what they want, you are right to an extent. It's like a man that wants to build, and when you have the money, you first of all get the land, right? And you call in your architect, you call the surveyor, you put all those things. They check the land to be sure that, okay, this place is good for your building, the kind of structures you want to put in. And when all that is done, you start building, right?
Yeah.
Until you get to your finishing stage and all. So also in marriage. So when you don't plan, you don't know first, when you don't know who you want, you first need to know yourself. You understand? When you know yourself and you look out for the kind of person that matches that energy, that it becomes very easy. But when you don't do that, of course, you always have issues.
Okay. I think you've explained that, in total. So, yeah, people are getting divorced, because of one reason or the other. Is it now safe to say that most people who divorce, some don't go and remarry? Let's say you divorce a woman, you don't now go to marry another woman, you're not interested in another man. Do you think in our society now, because I feel like a whole lot is changing. A Christian will tell you that, oh, end time is coming. The world is coming to an end, because some of these things that are happening is not something that would happen in a normal society. It is even written in the Bible that when the world is coming, you see that people will start liking man and man, will start being interested in
Okay, so you are
themselves.
referring to same sex.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what's your take on this, and how do you think it can be regulated? Or do you think, let me go straight, do you think our country, Nigeria, should make this public? Should it be acceptable? Should it even be signed into law that same sex should be something that should be practiced in our country?
Wow. Let me first ask you. Let me direct my own question to you too now. What do you stand to gain when you marry same sex? Or what do you think is the concept of marriage in the first place?
No, me, I'm not going to marry a fellow woman.
No,
I'm
no.
going
What
to
I'm
marry a
what I'm
man.
asking is this:
Yes.
the concept of marriage,
Yeah.
as it is, even from the scripture, is for procreation.
Yes. Yes.
And having a partner, a company, a companion. So, is that achieved when it's same sex? Definitely not. Do you get? So that alone
But
answers
people
it.
who are in it feel like it's being achieved. Like,
No, see, if you understand what marriage is, marriage, the term marriage refers to a man and a woman. That concept of marriage refers to a man and a woman. So it has never been about same sex. So whatever they do, because it's not in my place to judge actually. I don't know. I'm not in that. So whatever they think they do is not marriage. Because marriage simply means a man and a woman for the purpose of what? Procreation. So in this case, they can't achieve that. Most of them either adopt or at one point you still discover that you are not fulfilled. Because marriage, after a while, gives you this sense of purpose. You know, first you have your partner, you are married to your wife, and before you know it, you want offspring, you know, and you labor for them, try to put food on the table, take them to school, give them the best. You discover that before you know it, you have a purpose. So you are living a life. But in a situation where you just feel that, just have fun. At the end, the only thing they just have is just the conjugal thing. And when that is done, what next? So there's still no fulfillment, no purpose. So on that ground alone, it doesn't make sense. Do you understand? It doesn't make sense. And why would Nigeria want to? To me, there are certain matters that are trivial. You know, you don't give um, um, name to something shameful or something that is not really part of the norm. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
So you asking me that is like saying, do I support it? No, I don't in any way, because I'm married to a woman, of course. So that's obvious that I'm never in
Let's
support
talk
of.
about your marriage with your wife.
Ah.
So you're a new daddy right now. So how does it feel to be, the latest dad in town? How does
Well,
it feel like?
you can see I'm smiling.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think that explains it.
No, you have to like,
There are some things that you can't explain by words of mouth. Do you get? You can't explain by words of mouth. It's a feeling. It's actually interesting to see that you now have an offspring and a child, and God bless you with that child, and you're looking at that child, and your mind is telling you that, so I have to make the right decision, because every decision I make will affect this child,
Yeah.
and every decision I make will make this child either great or not. So it's actually a great responsibility that you sometimes don't know until you have it. You know, most people long to have their children, but by the time you now have it, it's different from you longing. It's, it's
Well, I
just
don't really
beautiful.
understand. Listen, now you don't marry.
Don't worry, your time is coming.
Amen.
Maybe that time I'll be the one to ask you.
No problem, no problem. But then, yeah, speaking about responsibility, yeah, you've been married for the longest that you have been, and how? Now, this is me wanting to go like personal with you. Probably you
Okay.
can explain or tell me if it's a good way or a good thing in marriage.
Okay.
So, how do you and your wife operate a separate account? Like, how do you save? Do you do your thing and she does her thing? And what's your advice on people who do their thing or who do it together?
Okay, like having a
Joint account,
account.
yes.
You know, when you not until you ask this question, I just realized that me and my wife we never discussed that.
Okay.
It was never part of our discussion. And if you ask me personally, for example, when we're planning our marriage, the wedding ceremony and all, we had an account, one of us. Okay, I think it was us. So we're like, okay, every money that comes in, let's put it here. Do you understand? For the purpose. So by so doing, we're able to tell what we have and what we can afford at that point in time. So to me, that gives me an understanding of what joint account is joint account should be for a purpose. You know, it should be for a purpose. So let's say you have a project, and that project will cost certain amount, and depending on the couple now, and you agree that, oh, okay, oh, from what me I'm earning, if I get let's say 100K monthly, I can afford to put 20K. And the other person said, okay, I have 200, so I can afford to put 30 or even 50 as the case may be. So you can project. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can tell if the time that project will take. But look at it. We have a joint account now, because some people make that mistake, sha. Now in their own joint account, what they do is every money that comes in, both salary, this, they just put it there. Forgetting the fact that there are times when you have personal needs. You know, you have personal needs. You have family, you have friends. They sometimes call you for money. Do you understand? For financial assistance. So imagine you go to that joint account and you take something out.
I feel like such account is not the one that you use for family now.
No, some people do it.
Oh.
So because they put in everything they have. So you now discover that they start having issues because why did you remove so amount of money from that account? This, you know.
Especially when the wife does not like the man's family, or the person you're now sponsoring is not.
So you just created an issue for yourself. Or in a situation whereby you have a partner that is not good with spending. You know, the person is an impulsive spender. So just goes out, you know, start using from there. Because some joint accounts sometimes don't really require both partners signing. And now it's even more interesting because you can subscribe for ATM and all those things. So left for me, I feel joint account depends on the couple, whatever works for them, you know. But if you must, I would suggest is for a project, for the purpose of a project, not all your savings, all your money going there, and every now and then you are shallying to your partner.
You can explain.
Do you understand? So
let's hold that thought right there. This Lagos, yeah, a whole lot of men they cheat. A whole lot of cheaters. I think that English is correct. Cheaters. Sure, they cheat. You know, especially married men. I've been to a party, and that party, the number of married men in attendance, following small girls, is not what I want to use my mouth to say. But now you're married, and I guess men who cheat, you can say they are being not infidelity, right? It's infidelity, isn't it? And I'm not trying to say that it's just men that cheat. There are women too.
No, but you said it's men.
I'll have to channel it to men first, because you know, you guys are the ones that do it all the time. Most
because
women,
we are the ones people know.
No, now, see any woman that you see cheating, if you look inwardly, her husband they cheats. She's trying to hit back. If
Are you sure about that?
I'll do it back to it.
How did you know this?
I read a lot, research, people's story. So now the question now is, how can infidelity be managed? You get two people, they are married, and the man cheats on her, and she forgives him. Women are always forgiving, but men don't forgive when they hear that their wife cheats. So how can such situation be managed in a home?
Wow. How am I going to answer this
No,
now?
it's not you. It's not you. But probably
know,
you have some friends, or you heard, or you.
No, I don't have friends that do
because
that.
Men they cheat.
Well.
Sorry, it's not I'm attacking men. It's not
you
personal.
Are actually. You are.
But they cheat.
You are.
They cheat.
The thing is, I think studies have proven over time that there's no clear-cut statistics that shows that men cheat more than women. In fact, some school of thought will tell you that even some women cheat more, but because they don't see them, men are more, but a woman can do it without. But that's not the case here, or that's not the question you asked. How that can be managed? Um, hmm. I feel first, um, there are reasons people do things, right? And if a man or a woman is cheating, first, that person lacks discipline.
Somebody said men are polygamous in nature, so they can
No,
cheat.
I will not want to use that school of thought.
Okay.
I will not want to use that school of thought. The truth is self-discipline first. Yes, it can be tempting. There are times you are out, you see a lady, and be like, wow, you know, and you see a guy too, be like, wow, despite your status at that point in time. So, but your ability to be able to restrain yourself, that self-control, that's what really comes to play. Now, when you find yourself in such a situation, maybe you fell for it and all, your ability to retrace your step, I think that's the main thing. I think that's the first, because everything starts from an individual. you know if you accept that, okay, I was wrong and I want to be better, your partner, the healing process becomes easier. But it has been discovered that most times when either party is caught as such act, there's the whole drama of I'm sorry, it was the devil's fault, blah 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 blah.
The devil
They
is
are,
always
do you understand?
accused.
They are trying to resolve it. After 2-3 Eke market day,
They
go back again. So you see that it's more of lack of discipline than the main issue. So if you are disciplined and you find yourself in certain situation, which sometimes some people do it not because they wanted to, it happens, but in a situation when it happens, your ability first, there's this thing that it's not what your partner do when it's not what you do when your partner is aware, but it's what you do when your partner is not there. So I feel one way is first self-discipline and the resolution not to do it again before the other person.
Where do we put, because we're talking about healing now, yeah,
Okay.
because there's some people that would really want to stop, they can't control it, like you have also mentioned in this line. Where do we put counseling? Do you think counseling would help in?
And counseling comes in when it's now an extreme situation. Why did I say
Okay.
that? I use the word
So there is extreme cheating.
no,
Chai.
there are some people they can't control it even while they were dating. So these signs are already there. You are dating a guy or a lady, and anytime you have misunderstanding is about infidelity, and you now expected that after you marry you no go do am. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it depends. So that's why I said is this discipline. When you talk about counseling, that means that person's case is beyond
Hi.
repairs. You get, and again, that's where the healing process too takes longer time for the partner. In fact, some people they just walk away. Some that can't deal, they just walk away. So
Okay, before we, come to the end of the show, there is one particular question that I'd love to ask. And that question is, you have been married for so long, yeah? Many of us would want to know, 'cause obviously, there might be some issues that comes up in the home. Because even normal relationships, if your brain one boss, you'll be like, you just make a man don't leave this guy, or just make I don't leave this girl. I've even seen some guys call their girlfriend witch, like the way brain they touch, that kind of, you get. So now in the case of being married, how do you manage conflict? Do you go as far as inviting third party, by third party probably a family member or a friend, to come and intervene, like, I beg help me, you're having these issues at home? Like, how can you manage conflict as a married couple? And is it right to invite a third party into your affairs?
my father-in-law once said something. He said, "Boys don't marry, men do." So if when you are getting married, you are still a boy, that means every slightest provocation or misunderstanding with your wife, you will always run to a third party. Do you get? The thing is, the concept of third party, yes, most times people say don't discuss, don't start telling other people what happened, but he still has his own ups and downs.
Yeah.
In a case of domestic violence, in a case of abuse, mental abuse, and all, it's good you speak to someone. But like, I started by saying I'm a Christian first and also a Catholic. Like in the Catholic Church, that concept was made easy by way of having sponsors at your wedding. Now, these sponsors are meant to be like your guide before your immediate family. So it simply means that when you have certain issues, not over toothpaste, not over when
But
you
toothpaste makes some people fight too.
yes, so
You don't know how to press it.
do you
You want to be
understand?
pressing from the
Do you
middle, but the woman
understand?
is telling you have to press
Yes,
from.
yes. So not over issues like that, but very serious issues where you two can handle it. It's okay you seek their advice. Like, okay, we are having this challenge. That's why they are there. But the moment you start extending it to your family members, extended family, there was a case of a couple. They had a misunderstanding. I think the woman was pregnant, and because of her hormones and all, so she likes eating cold food. So she will put the soup inside the fridge for it to be cold and eat from the pot. So that particular day, the man came back and saw the pot. He was angry. The first day, the woman, she was now watching Telemundo. This is not the woman I married. So they are beginning to have issues. But what now happened? Out of anger, the guy poured water inside and reported that same matter to his own mom. So the mom now, on hearing that, just assumed that, this girl, na bad girl. Do you understand? So the thing escalated beyond that. And lo and behold, it led to their separation. So in such matters now, you ask yourself, is it that they didn't love themselves originally? Or is it that this or that? Do you understand? But if you really look at it, it's what they would have resolved amicably. And even understand that, at this point, I know who I married. She's not always like this. So maybe it's her hormones. She likes this. So maybe you would have looked for a way to help her. So in conflict management, first you need to understand what the issue is and how best to approach it.
This was quite an eye-opener. So for all of the conversation that has been happening here, I'm very sure you guys have learned one or two, because I have learned a whole lot right here with the CEO of Middleman Express. Oh, before I forget, you did not tell us about your. We're not closing now. You should just talk to us about the Middleman Express. I told you that he has a lot of money, so that is going to let you know how he's making money. So tell us about Middleman Express.
Okay, well, Middleman Express is just a logistic company.
It's not just. This is how
Okay.
big men used to behave.
So we are into exports. So
Okay.
we send things from Nigeria outside the country,
Okay.
then from UK to Nigeria,
Is this what we call import and exporter?
where you can use that word.
Chai.
But in this case,
Oh my God.
but in this case, we are helping you
Eh.
export what you. So you are the exporter.
Okay.
We are just helping you
Okay.
get it to the doorstep of whoever is.
Okay, so what kind of things do you like? An example so we can know what's
Food stuff, clothes,
Okay.
and all. US, UK, Canada, some countries, other European countries,
Okay.
even African countries. We are there for you.
All right. So you guys, you have learned. Now it's time for you to do what? Patronize. Don't just collect free knowledge. You can also come and, do something. So Mr. Ariyo would be able to enroll our new baby to one of the best schools in Canada. I want my children to go to Canada, so I'm very sure he wants children to go to Canada too. So we've come to the end of our podcast session with Mr. Ariyo Francis Babatunde. I'm very sure you guys enjoyed this one. Please let me know in the comment section what you think about this topic. Also, if you need him to come back again, state that in the comment section. Do not forget to like, do not forget to share, do not forget to subscribe, very important. If you don't want to learn, some people would want to learn, so share this video to your friends and also to your family. And do not forget, Substrate Podcast also has other extensions such as photography, videography. So if you're looking for a place where you will take your professional photo shoots, Subtrade Cafe and Studio is here for you. And also, when you want to have your video coverage, Subtrade Cafe and Studio is also responsible. Is responsible. Also, you shall get the point. Responsible for that. So we've come to the end of today's episode. My name is Uwama. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.